This is all you people want. You just want the dog. Well, I'll give you the dog. Mr. Week, how are you? I'm telling everybody how you been a clingy little girl today, huh? Wait, are your teeth? Let me see it. Come here. All right. Don't fight. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. He's been eating meat bones. Milk bones. What's up, guys? We'll get going here in a minute. Looking at that eye. Look at that soul. Look at that tolerance for me being a dumbass. Good boy. Hello, Daniel. What is up? Oh, man. Less than a minute in, somebody's already saying something. Paul, I don't know why that was blocked. Yeah, I don't get that. What do you mean, does he get buggers? You mean juicy boogers? Or juicy burgers? He has to eat very lean meats. Cody, what's up? I don't know when this started, but now he just likes to hold my hand. As you can tell by the fact that my dog is nervously panting around me, I'm not doing great, but I got my dog. Rocky's here to answer questions, though. Thank you, buddy. You want a treat? Yeah. There. I mean, it's not like he doesn't already have stuff over there, but hope your weekend was good. How are you, Joe? I mean, it was a weekend. Me and Rocky sat around. Well, that's a lie. He forced me to go and play. Look at this little guy right there. Gingy. You gonna eat him? Yes, he is. Look how gentle he is. You want this one too? Okay. They don't even smell good, but he likes them. Okay. How about one more? He's so gentle. My boy's so good. You're loving me. My dog loves me so much. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Right there, right? Sorry, I won't pet your throat while you're swallowing. You a good boy, though? Hmm? All right. Get him raw liver for his winter coat. He doesn't like liver. Hello, Robert. Robert. What is up, Robert? All right. What do you say we kick this live stream into gear? It's okay, buddy. You want to go lay down now? You can. Here. Also, I may just switch to a regular style of filming. Who knows? I've done it before, but with YouTube fucking actively shadow banning gun channels, it's not just me, it's everybody. It might be worth it to switch back to a full screen actual live stream. I can do video games, I can do dog stuff, whatever. Don't be creepy. Hey, buddy. All right. I'm going to talk to people for a while, okay? So, you want to go lay down? Come on, go lay down. Go lay down with your bones. He knows I'm not in a good mood, so he's been trying to cheer me up all day. Good boy. Just sit there then. Screen's all dirty. I promise this one might not have bodily fluids on it. I love that dog. Bro, you have a Belgian Shepherd? No, he's not a Belgian Shepherd. He's a German Shepherd mixed with American Staffordshire. So he's what happens when Germany isn't a dick. There you go, buddy. Chew on that bone. So looks exactly like my dog named Snoop. That's cool. He's a good breed, man. Very reliable. He's like a Honda Civic, only not crap. So come on in, say hi, let us know where you're from if you're from anywhere other than the United States of America. Live streams have been damaged because YouTube is damaged in the wake of all the shootings and Charlie Kirk and all the other unfortunate world events. YouTube and Google, in their infinite wisdom, are being a bunch of what's the word? Losers. I'm trying to be a little less cussy tonight. That's a good chew toy. I buy my boy some like rawhide alternative chew bones and stuff. They all smell so terrible. And he doesn't like them. All the guns behind me are real except for that little green one that's a 3D printed replica. What's up, Rocky? You liking that chew toy? Yeah. It's my favorite 50 caliber gun. I've only owned one Desert Eagle. I've never owned the Barrett M82A1. I've shot the M82A1. In fact, I have ammo for Barretts just laying around, just in case I ever need to fire a Barrett M82A1 again, or an M107A1. But in terms of favorite 50 cal, I can't really say for certain, because I haven't messed with like 50 GI, which is Guncrafter International's 50 AI. Sorry, Rocky and I have been having kind of a slow day today. I don't own the Desert Eagle anymore, and you can't pick up guns on live stream. If it's not on the wall, I can't go get it, and even if I could, I wouldn't do it anyway. Oh, I'm not down in the dumps. I'm just on the 4th day of my my reality check for myself. Just, personal reasons. I'll be all right. Just life is what life is, man. You deal with it as it comes, and you handle it, and you do what you got to do. When life tells you, thank you, Joe. But when life tells you that you don't need this, or you don't deserve that, or fuck you. Sorry, I'm trying not to cuss. But when life kicks you in the balls, you kind of just deal with it. You know what I'm saying? You kind of deal with it. If you can't deal with it, you shouldn't be dealing with it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Whoa. Yeah, look at the most unreliable cars. How's the recoil on the Star Arms? I don't know. I haven't shot it yet. I'm assuming it's not pleasant because it's such a small frame on it, but it is a heavy gun. It weighs as much as like the para underneath it. You have an AK-47. I have the 47. I don't know what you mean by 56. What's up, Stone? I'm looking to get my first CCW pistol, and I want to know your opinion on the M&P 2.0 9mm and 45. So the 45 is going to be just a bigger version of the 9. The M&P series is exceptionally reliable. They have nice features for the money. They're better built than the G-Locks, and just in general, they're a solid alternative. But what I would tell you to do is make sure to put your hands on every gun that you might be interested in to see what just feels good in your hand, because this is very important. The feel of the grip. When you're sitting here and you have to rely on the gun and you put your hands on it and your grip angle is wrong and your nose up, nose down, whatever the case may be, then that will determine whether or not you're going to enjoy the firearm. So, yes, the STAR is in 45 ACP. Do I have an AA-12? No, I wish I did. An AA-12 would be an awesome gun to own. That would be an exceptionally cool gun to own. Per previous discussions, I'm just not really talking about, we already went over last week what's going on in my life and just what I'm doing to change my entire existence. So I think we've kind of gone over that. If you're subscribed to the Jimmini Show, then you would know. If not, then you can go. Yeah. Yeah, just kind of sitting around, man. Just doing not much. Didn't want to do the live stream, but the algorithms are already fucked up for, already messed up for 2A channels, so I'm just trying to keep the algorithm talking. Do I have any gold members? I think my daddy is. Great advice, thank you. You're welcome. What about an alien pistol? My buddy Stone has the alien. I had it in my possession for like a month. I've shot it. It's a fun pistol to shoot. It gets hot very quickly, and you need to get them for a fair price. He got his for a great deal. $5,000 is a hell no. $2,000 to $3,000, that's a definite maybe. In your opinion, what's the best bang for the buck CC auto semi-auto? CZ's P10 line. The P10F, P10C, those guns can routinely be had for under $400, and you get CZ's build quality with optics cuts and things like that for under $400. It's definitely one I highly recommend that you check out. Cody, he said gold members, not old members. You try to look for cars, and what happens? People are ridiculous. Half of them are like, runs and drives great, just needs new engine. This car is amazing, not a single problem with it, just needs a new car. Got my Rough Rider. Should I be on the lookout for anything or any extra parts I should get or hold on to? Not really. The gun is so cheap that if it breaks, you just get a new one. It's not worth repairing. Most gunsmiths are like $80 an hour. So if you break something on it, it's going to take at least 2 hours to fix. You might as well just drop $120 on a new one. Grips are usually pretty cheap, and you can get all kinds of personalized ones. First time I heard someone not rave about Glock 19. Oh, drummer on Spectrum, you should stay in here longer, dude. My people paid me to get a Glock tattoo because I disdain the company that much. Ran perfect when I parked it 10 years ago. Yep. So there's this other one I was looking at. It says, engine might have bent piston rod, but doesn't make noise, so not 100% sure. Runs perfect. Cutter, yeah. Let me put it to you this way. Show me another brand that has completely discontinued their lineup because one state said no. When California says no to your gun, that means a lot of places are going to say no to your gun. How's the weather where you are? It's cold and rainy. It's gonna rain here because we have that hurricane updraft shit coming in. But it was actually pretty nice after the morning. It was like 60 degrees most of the day. Past the last few days it was raining cool, and last night it got down to 38. Yeah, I'm not too wanting to deal with that bullshit myself, guys. I hate the weather. There's stuff that I do, and stuff that I don't do. You know what I mean? But do shabba dabba do but dip do shabba dabba do da shab oh shabba shabba do but oh shabba dabba do but ship shab shibby shibby shab shab shoot shab shibby shibby shab shab ship shab shibby shibby shab shab shoot shab shibby 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 shab. Why's it gotta be 26? Why did they always gotta be shit, man? Why do they always gotta be shit? Why do they always gotta be shit? I don't know. Fuck you. What did you do? It's raining up here in Indiana. Not good. That's what put me on the roof because it started raining real bad. And then by morning, we noticed a leak in our bathroom. Found a leak point around our exhaust fan and had to climb up. Damn. Any opinions on J-frame revolvers or stay away? I'm not a huge revolver fan. I know that Booty, who also goes by Joe, is a fan of them. So he'd be the one to talk to if you're interested in, yeah. Who the fuck buys an automatic? Sorry, I'm just doing this so the algorithm stays up to date. I know that there's not anybody watching, so yeah, I hate winter and I hate snow. I like it for a couple days and that's it. It can go after that. Yep. Hello everyone. Air Max, what is going on, sir? How are you today? The boy's trying all his different chew toys. It's funny to watch him try. He hates some of them with a passion. Anyways, let's talk cars and shit. Cars, trucks, money, finances, bananas, whatever you guys want to talk about. Let's talk about it. Let us talk. Let us talk. Let us talk. All is good. Hope you're feeling better than you were last Friday. Nope. My Miss Florida winter still got up to 80 during the winter. Nope. Thinking about getting a suppressor. Do all FFLs have the paperwork to get it started? No. You need to search in your area for a Class 3 dealer. Class 3. It's not hard. Just Google it. Where would you store gold and silver? Wherever you would store any of your other valuables. I don't like to really discuss it. Yes, he's finally starting to eat it. I bought these rawhide alternative big bone things, and he didn't like it today. I'll be ready for next spring when I can drive my 1963.5 Ford Galaxy. Ooh, Ford Galaxies are nice. I remember my boss passed on a, God, this was probably in 2001, 2002, right around September 11th, right? All the auctions were going through a turmoil because new car dealers were panicking, used car dealers were panicking, prices were going weird. We had the opportunity to buy a 69 Mustang Boss 302 with the blown engine for like $4,200, and my boss didn't buy it because he wasn't sure I would want it. This was a man that owed me like 12 grand at the time, and he didn't think I'd want a $4,000 Mustang Boss. Love your wallpaper. Who's your decorator? We've got T-Sauce
Gerson, Ruger, Smith & Wesson. Is there a Smith & Wesson up there? There's a Ruger. Rock Island, Paraordnance, Hammerly, Kayetkaran. One final question on there. The Gen 1 M&P still worth buying or stick to the 2.0? If you're looking to stay in a budget, it really doesn't matter. The 2.0s have better grip texturing and stuff, but the 1.0s have a better beaver tail integrated into the grips, in my opinion. However, Gen 1 guns have magazine disconnects. Gen 2 guns do not. Most modern guns, most guns that are sold to the public don't have magazine disconnects outside like a Browning High Power and a couple of others. Magazine disconnects are terrible. Magazine disconnects can cost you your life. They might save your life if you can hit the release quick enough if somebody's trying to steal your gun, but in general, they will do nothing but cause you to panic. If you accidentally bump the mag release in the panic situation, your gun is dead. Still keeping my eyes out for a Magnum. You'll find one, dude. Motors are down a dozen for that car. Yeah, well, not a numbers matching. It was a numbers matching car. What's the best way to get a safe to your house? Should I pick it up or get it delivered? I mean, delivery is fine. If it's a good safe, it's going to be so heavy that most guys, even if the delivery guys know it's there, won't be able to make off with it. But what you do is you have them deliver it. You have another person come in and install it. If you're worried about the safe being stolen, you put it into a room with a concrete floor. You pay somebody to come in and drive it into the ground with concrete reinforcement screws. The other day I did see a CRV 5-speed that somebody's selling, and it's all-wheel drive. That's actually a pretty fun one to have, Cody, if you can get that for a good deal. Yeah, your dad had a 70 Boss 302. You got a 69 built 302. Nice. Delivery is risky. It's not risky. It's just, you know. Hey, Mouse, what's up? What's the green gun? That is a 3D printed replica of a Chiappa Rhino. I'm sorry I missed what you said. What would be a good one to have? The Honda, the CRV 5-speed. Everyone hit the like button. They're actually pretty rare. Hey, dude, you good? I'm all right. Just got home and made microwave rice with plant-based butter and salt, but I threw up after eating it. Jesus, man. Sorry. I hope you're okay, bud. That doesn't sound good. I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry, guys. I'm looking at some other things while I'm talking to you. Some of you guys know I'm going through some shit, so I'm just trying to figure things out before shit really hits the fan. Yeah, I'm not doing EcoBoost. As nice as Platinums are, I'm not doing a fucking EcoBoost. Sold my EcoBoost. What the fuck? Yeah, I know people that don't watch me anymore because I cuss too much according to them. Don't care. Tried to do a live on Saturday night, got up to 18 people, it just crashed to 0 in 30 minutes, but it was my first try. Just keep going, man. consistency is key. That'll get you up in the algorithms and stuff. It's the same way with growing your channel. If you focus on shorts, put up a lot of shorts. If you focus on long forms, put up a lot of long forms. Like I'm putting up some videos this week for members. Members get first access to a lot of them. It'll actually be Wednesday when I start doing a lot more. Dude, the 4-cylinder 5-speed all-wheel drive is one of the most desirable CRVs out there because there are people that are crazy enough to swap those into Accords and Civics. I'm gonna go cuddle with Mrs. Mouse real quick. All right, dude, you have fun. I'm just not going to fucking Maryland either. Just debating things right now, figuring things out. I got a lot of stuff I got to do tomorrow. How you and Rocky doing? Both of y'all feeling any better? Do I know about NASCAR? I haven't followed NASCAR in years, not since they switched to fucking automatics. That was stupid. I know it's the whole drive on Sunday, sell on Monday mindset, but that's stupid. You know? I know I'm not responding to a lot of things, but again, I got a lot of shit going on right this moment, okay? So please pay attention. Please bear with me, guys. I don't want the rims, I want the car. Most people think I'm crazy, but I missed the Ford Straight 6. I've owned like 20 of them. Oh, the Ford Straight 6 was the best Straight 6 made. It's honestly, it's better than Jeep's 4-liter. You know what tragedy took place? No, I don't. What's your biggest piece of advice for an inspiring business owner? FFL. Right now, you just gotta fucking bear down and hunker through all the crap going on. Right now, the economy is down, everything is down, money is down. We're going into holiday season here, so you might have stuff coming up a little bit, but for the most part, yeah. It's you just got to sit and spin on the economy right now. So that's the D18 motor, I think. So it's still a good one to use because you can put a VTEC top on it. And then you can wind up with a Franken motor, but still all-wheel drive 5-speed, rebuild that engine, that thing is solid and ready to go. Best place to put a safe. Somewhere with the concrete floor. You don't really want it on a second or a third level because of the weight of them, but put it where you know that you can get to it easily. Candace, what's going on? How you doing today? Best entry level 2011. That's a interesting question. It's hard to really answer. Both TSOS and Gerson sell sub $1,000 2011s that are really solid out of the box. But when you're talking about entry level, if you mean like 2011s from like companies like Springfield, their Prodigy is their entry level at $1,500, but it's a solid gun. And then you got other companies like Alpha Foxtrot. They do the Romulus at $1,500, which probably outshoots all the previously mentioned ones. So my suggestion to you is, if you're going to leave it absolutely stock and you're just getting into shooting the 2011s, then going with something like a TSOS Gerson or, you know, other low-end brands is 100% fine. They're going to do well. But if you're going to get into a gun that you want to modify and keep for a long time, you might want to consider spending a little bit more right off the bat. And most of those companies sell a higher-end gun. Like the Match X that I have up there, the black one, that one was a $1,200 2011 had great bones. I just completely rebuilt it and modified it to make it my own. And then the gray one above it is a TSOS Night Stalker. Night Stalker, that was like an $1,100 gun when it was new. Again, very solid guns. I also have the BR9, which is a $900 gun, and several others. So it's a personal decision what you think is a good bet for your value or bet for your money, but they're all very good starting points. Best thing about a 5-speed, it's anti-theft because most of these kids can't drive them. True. Thanks, man. Great info. No problem, DMR. The Ford 300 uses timing gears, a lot more desirable than 302. Also, a 300 straight 6 is inherently balanced. You know, and they're torquey motherfuckers. Exterior wall, I don't really agree with that. Especially if you live in a place where you have extreme temperature changes, temperature shifts, and humidity shifts. Placing a safe near an exterior wall can introduce humidity, and if you don't check your firearms regularly, that can actually lead to things like corrosion and things like that. Most safes are fire rated for up to 1400 degrees for up to 45 to an hour. That should be plenty of time. I have rarely seen a case where a small house fire will damage guns. If the whole house is going up, it doesn't matter if they're on the outside of the house, the inside of the house, central to the building, it doesn't matter. The fire department, when they go in there, are still going to try to crack that safe and spray it in, or it's still going to be subject to fire. Fire is hottest where it's condensed, but that doesn't mean fires start in the center of a house. Fires rarely start in the center of a house. Fires start in a room, not in, I mean, you might have one that could start in the basement in a dryer, but that's still not the center of the house. It's not going to go up the center of the house. So the temperature, if it's enough to damage guns, it doesn't matter where in the house it is. You think having a backplate with a skull on it would look bad in a self-defense case? Yes. Depending on the situation, depending on the person owning the firearm. Me, I'm a law-abiding citizen with 2,000 videos showing that I promote safety and things like that. So if I was carrying that gun, they would probably just look at me and go, oh, he's a YouTuber, he's probably showing something off. But if you're a dude that has a questionable background, I'm not saying you're a criminal, if you're illegally carrying, but you have a background, you live in an area where gun violence is prevalent, or if you use the gun in a situation that is questionable and the attorney general or the district attorney for your area is pushing on gun crime, they can use that as a way to try to push on you. So don't give cops a reason to fuck with you. Don't give prosecutors a reason to fuck with you. If you're carrying for self-defense, don't fucking Gucci it. Don't make it the prettiest gun in the world. Don't make it look like you want to shoot somebody. Don't make it look like you're trying to shoot somebody. That is the stupidest mindset you can take when it comes to your concealed carry. I want my gun, my concealed carries are just plain black with night sights. They don't have any custom painting. I don't carry my custom build guns. I carry stock looking guns. They're asking 2,500. Well, it kind of sounds like it's a mechanical abandonment. I would offer them 1,500 and see what they say, because it's not a VTEC engine. It's a D18, D7, D20. It's whatever. I think it's a D20. You can turn that into a VTEC like a K20 style. You can actually bump up the compression if you put like the B16, B17 head on it, and then you could wind up with a pretty solid one. Jimmini question, I was watching Alec Baldwin in The Shadow for the first time in years. I was wondering if you knew anything about the pair of pistols his character carries. I don't know what he carries. I've never seen any of his stuff. Cody says that's what I was thinking. Yeah, so a functioning all-wheel drive system from a Honda should be worth $1,500 all day. Don't type in all caps. But no, I don't mess with black powder. What are you eating, bud? What are you doing? Is there a bug down there? You got a ton of snacks to eat, buddy. What's up? You good? Yeah. He's not a big fan of me live streaming. He's less of a fan of me when I'm in VR. I have to film VR when he's sleeping because he doesn't like to let me go for more than like an hour or two. I'm trying to do an hour-long recording session, and he's freaking out. According to what you looked up, the 1911 used by Alec Baldwin are custom-built LAR Grizzly pistols. Grizzly pistols are pretty cool. If you ever get a chance to shoot one, I highly recommend it. What the hell is that thing? Dude, you have 2 chew toys on your bed, bro. Okay. Give it a shot. Oh, that's his Bambone. He hasn't eaten that one in a long time. Good for you, buddy. Clogged fuel rail or injector. It's mechanic selling because the customer gave up on it. Came in with a misfire. They replaced spark plug. Wired coil and cylinder 4 still misfires. I'm thinking clogged fuel rail or injector. It's possible, but it could also be that engine could be. It could have blow by on the piston rings. It could just have low compression. It could be damaged. It could have a stretch timing belt because there are timing belts on that engine. Can you order direct from Liberty Safe for delivery? Maybe. I've never tried. Just Google it. I don't deal with that enough to really be able to tell you, sir. Sorry. Shitty water down my mouth. Engine blown. Don't have time to fix it. Not sure what's wrong with it, but I still want $4,000. Go fuck yourselves, you idiots. Boom. What I'm finding hilarious is all these fuckers have blown engines. And they're always on their second and third owners. Yeah, strong running car just needs a $400 part. Then why don't you put a $400 part and sell it for twice the money? Oh, because I can't guarantee that's what the problem is. Oh, Jason Crow. Dude, I should fuck with this guy. Dude says he won't go less than 8. I should offer him 6. Are those guns real? Yes. I've never heard of them before. Are they expensive? LAR Grizzlies? Yes. So think of a 1911. Go to Forgotten Weapons and look up the LAR Grizzly. They're chambered in like 460. They're just oversized 1911s, but they're very expensive. Cat was stolen on it? No. Stolen, Cody. The mechanic cut the cats off on purpose trying to figure out the misfire. I bet you he probably thought the exhaust was backed up, and then he cut the cats off, and he's like, fuck it. I'm going to sell the cats and get $200-300, and then I'll sell the car for whatever I can get for it. They were not stolen. Cats don't get stolen anymore, especially from a mechanic that's working on the car. Fuck that. If you go to his shop and every car isn't missing the cat, he cut the cat off. Rocky keeps hearing me say the word cat, and he's freaking out. You're fine, buddy. You liking that bone? Yeah, buddy. Let's do a quick wall tour. Let's do a wall bang. Look at that. I got him that one. I got him a 4-pack. They're bacon flavored. Do you know the term cooked is from that 1997 Contact movie starring Jodie Foster? Did not. Honestly, the first time I watched Contact, I barely paid attention to it and didn't understand what the hell was going on. I thought it was stupid. I like it better now that I'm a grown-up, but when I was a kid, it was stupid.
So yeah, just a quick wall walk. It will be changing here in the next day or so. It's going to get a lot more crowded. Um, as a lot of you know, a bunch of my guns have been pawned for a long time, and I've been paying about $1,000 a month in interest on them all. So I finally got some financing secured. My family helped me, so I'm going to be getting every one of my guns out of Hawk. So this wall will be covered in guns while I sell a few of them. I'm going to go be picking them up tomorrow after my doctor's appointment, unless they tell me I have butt cancer, in which case I won't be. Jodie Foster was your nanny in 1987. Dude, I would have loved to have her as my nanny in 1987. Say what you want. She was hot for an old biddy. Let's see. So you got the Daria Arms DY9 with the island porting on it. Love that gun. Shoots amazing. Pre and free cat delete, and I don't have to do anything. Pretty much. Rock Island's 5.0, the square bear, as I call it. It's got a square optic, a square barrel, and a square owner. YouTube's Yeet Cannon. Hello, Anthony. Do I have a favorite PCC? Mostly AR style. Para Ordnance CCW LDA. I like my Para Ordnance. They built a lot of weird guns. It's commander length slide on a officer size frame, and I added a polished Punisher comp on it because it looks cool. Star Arms Firestar M45 chambered in 45 ACP. The Hammerly 22 long rifle. I have a question for you. Go for it, brother. Up top, you've got the Sharps brothers. Heatseeker 1022 chassis. Night Stalker from TSOS, the gray one. The black one underneath it is my custom Gerson Match X. Fusion Firearms XP Pro. They're 2011 that takes Glock mags. Amazingly, 1/3 the price of a Staccato. You got the Fusion Firearms XF Pro. Heritage Barkeep. I have the 22 mag cylinder up there. Actually, the mag cylinder's in it. The 22 long cylinder's there. Tanfoglio Witness 9mm, Chris Finks 9mm, and the Ruger RXM 9mm. What do I think about the 357 Coonan? If I could get my hands on a Coonan, I would, and it's Coonan, not Conan. But yeah, the XP Pro is beautiful. Yes, it really is. I'm going to reach out to Fusion and see if they can get me the new frame at a reasonable price and maybe the comp top. Kind of like Dario did for that one. They gave me a really good deal on the Island Port. Well, they gave me the Island Port top. Lever action love. I like me some lever actions. They're not like paramount in terms of like my desirabilities. I'm not a rifle guy. There, you're kind of zoomed out. I'll zoom out a little bit. Look, I've only been doing this for 9 years. I don't know how things work. There. We are zoomed out. Would you go with a mechanical or a digital lock? If it has a digital lock, it will have a mechanical backup. So I prefer digital. Do I hand load? Nope. You have any 380s? I've got a couple of 380s, but I don't really mess with 380s too much. I see you've got some props. Which one are the pellet guns? Okay, son, I'm going to drop a little bit of knowledge on you. Props doesn't mean fake, son. Props means property. So yes, I have props because they are behind me on display. They are not in their current status being used in a functional capacity as a firearm. But I am a prop master for my firearms because they're my property. So you just learned something. It won't stick with you, but you did just learn something. I don't know.
dog is looking at me like I'm stupid. My eyes are so wide I can see all the way around the side of my head. Am I familiar with blank firing guns? I know of a couple of different types. You have the ones that vent directly in front of the chamber, and then you have ones where they do fire gas out the front of the gun. But I don't mess with them too much. You ever deal with any Mosins? They're like $600 now. They're only worth about $300. Hard to justify buying one. I recently bought 2 of them for $200 a piece. Sold one to a buddy and kept one. Made like John Browning intended. Eh? What's made like John Browning intended? Oh, Kimbers? Kimbers are actually, a lot of them are, believe it or not, Series 80s, so you got to get earlier Kimbers if you actually want them to be like John Moses Browning intended. Sorry, burst your bubble. Not throwing any Riz out there. Sorry, buddy. My dog thinks I'm stupid, yes, stupid, yes, stupid, yes. My dog thinks I'm stupid, yes, and he's not always wrong. The hell? What the fuck is going on? Sorry, the internet's being the internet for me. Oh well, for me they are. No worries. Where you find them that cheap at actual surplus prices? An old dude walked into my store, said he needed to sell them, and that was the price he wanted for them. They were numbers matching Tulas. Look at you kids coming in here like you're big shit. Sorry, I'm talking about some of the banned comments I'm reading right now. I'm going through everything. Would you get a 700-pound safe bolted down? And is a garage a dumb place to put a safe? It's all about temperature, man. Temperature and humidity control. If your garage has large temperature shifts and large humidity shifts, it's not recommended without extra additives such as a dehumidifier or a humidifier. If it's temperature controlled and humidity controlled, then it's fine. It's not a dumb place to put it, but don't fucking tell people where your safe is. Some of my best friends, like Stone hasn't seen my other safes. He's never seen the safes that I have in my place that I have now. And he's one of my best friends. I don't tell people where all my guns are. You guys have never seen all my guns. My parents have never seen all my guns. So I purposely do that because I don't think people need to know where all my shit is at all times. So you guys see me do these YouTubes and you see my guns behind me and stuff, and you're like, you shouldn't show off all your guns. Not you, but I've been told that a few times. You guys shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be showing off all your guns. Motherfucker, you've never seen all my guns. Some guns don't need a video. Nice buy. They have skyrocketed in price for the folks who don't know. SKS are the same. Pretty much, dude. Just picked up a finished Seiko Mosin for 300 a few weeks ago. They're still out there. You have to look for them. The finished ones are actually harder to find. That's a good deal, man. That's pretty cool. Tie-dyed. That's a good price for one. Congratulations on that. God damn it. So I'm debating, and I need you guys' help on this. Do I pay off the RAM, get rid of the charger, and just deal with the RAM, or do I get rid of both of them and buy something else that's way cheaper than either of those? I'm kind of leaning toward an FX2 that this guy has, and I know an FX2 is a two-wheel drive truck, but I don't give a shit because it's a full crew cab. Give me both. Nice. Thanks for the tip. My garage is very humid. Yeah, so in your garage, Sammy, you're going to run into a lot of issues if it's humid. You own a truck. I've got a 2015 Ram 1500 and a 2015 Charger RT. Yeah, unfortunately, Sammy, Honda doesn't make a product that interests me at this time. Not a one. But for like $7,000, I could sell my Ram, make a little bit of money, and buy that crew cab F-150 for $7,000, which kind of is interesting to me. Your Ram 4-wheel drive. Yeah, my Ram is an outdoorsman 4x4 navigation. It's got everything. Do I have a reliable daily beater that you can rely on? That's the thing, though. If I replace it with something, then that'll be what I do. Or, so, if I eliminate as many payments as I have right now, like if I pay off the Ram will be paid for. And then the Charger is like 300 something bucks a month. I could drop the insurance down a little bit on my Ram, leave it at full coverage on the Charger. And then all I would have is, because I'm going to get all of my guns out of Hawk tomorrow. All my guns are leaving pawn, they're never getting pawned again. So I'm about to drop like $10,000 tomorrow. Fuck, what was I saying? Alright, what will be your purposes? Oh, that's not really the issue. My purpose for having the vehicles, it doesn't matter, dude. I drove a Mustang GT manual for 7 years in Virginia through winter, and I used to haul TVs and shit. So I'm not too concerned about purpose. Purpose is what purpose is. And Rocky will climb into a fucking Fiat 500 if it means going somewhere with me. So, I don't know, man. So, like, my Ram, I only owe like $8,500 on it. It's a 2015 Hemi crew cab. The Charger, I don't owe a ton on, and the payments are not crippling. It's just like, do I get rid of both? Or when I get rid of... So, keeping all the guns pawned costs me about $1,000 to $1,200 a month. If I free up $1,200 a month and I get rid of another $300 payment by getting rid of the truck, I'll free up $1,500 a month. Hands down, I would keep the 4-wheel drive. 4-wheel drive, I'll be honest with you, Cody, 4-wheel drive is awesome to have, but I can tell you on one finger how many times I've actually used 4-wheel drive in the last 5 years, and it's once. And I got rid of the Navigator because I didn't need 2 4-wheel drive vehicles. I mean, but I bought the Dodge because I really wanted a fun car. You know, I traded in my Navigator for the Dodge. Sell some of the guns. The guns that I'm willing to sell, I am listing. Like, if I get the $4,000 for my STI that my buddy's trying to offer me, If I take the $4,000 he's offering me, then that $4,000 could go to paying off everything. Joe goes through vehicles like McManus goes through women. Dude, don't listen to McManus. Whores don't count. Do that. Yeah, well, the intention is once I get all the guns back here that I've pawned, I'm going to go through them all and see which ones are redundant, which ones I need, which ones I don't need. The problem with the guns behind me right now is that's a review gun, that's a review gun, that's a review gun, that's a review gun, that is a review gun, that was a review gun that was sent to me, that was a review gun, and I don't sell guns that were sent to me by a company. I've done that one time because it was a shit 380 that I didn't care about, but for the most part, if a company sends me a firearm to use in videos and stuff, I keep that gun. I still have the BR9. I still have the fucking all the SIGs. I call dibs on the Yeet. Dude, you can fucking have the Yeet cannon. I don't care about that gun. Do guns hold value? They can. The point with the gun is you have to buy them correctly. If you pay MSRP or anything close to MSRP on a gun, you will never get your money back. If you have the ability to make friends with gun mongers, gun store owners, pawn shop owners, you can run into great deals out there. Quit buying newer vehicles. I reached a decision. I was done with high insurance and high property taxes. I mean, that's why my cars are 10 years old. I wouldn't really call them higher, newer vehicles. Do what you need to do. If you gotta sell both to get the guns out of pawn, then that's what it is. No, I'm not selling the cars to get the guns out of pawn. I'm reducing my monthly payments and shit. I was letting myself get out. When I started the gun store, I put up so many of my guns that I figured it would be fine. But my payments, I've had the same car payments for the last 2 years. Most of my money is about the same as it was, but I'm stuck in do I? I'd rather get a little bit of financial freedom. So gaining back $1,500 a month, number one, I have Rocky to think about. I have future home plans to think about, stuff like that. Yeah, like you said, tomorrow's wall will be different. Unless, of course, the state police gets weirded out that I'm picking up 45 guns. There is a zen to letting guns go. I agree to a point, Daniel, but I've also sold 60 out of my private collection already, so to say to let guns go, I've done that quite a bit. That constituted over a quarter of my guns. But yeah, like if somebody wanted to buy my Benelli, I don't give a shit about selling the Benelli. I just got that for a good deal. Some of my other guns I don't care about. I'm going to put up. I've got guns I'm picking up I forgot I fucking owned. So I understand the whole thing that you're saying there. Dude, a 5.0 F-150, even a two-wheel drive might be worth it. I might go look at this car tomorrow. Because I can get more for my Ram than this thing costs. And I could swap out to a crew cab. And again, I don't give a shit about it being two-wheel drive. That doesn't bother me. What would make it even better is if I got there and it was actually a 6.2 FX2. That would be amazing. But what I'm kind of leaning towards, if I get rid of both of the vehicles, then I'm going back to a sedan anyways. So it wouldn't matter. The reason I got rid of my, I had a 2016 F-150. The reason I got rid of the 2016 F-150 was because it was a 6-cylinder turbo. Where would you sell your vehicles? I would sell the Ram back to the dealer I bought it from, and the other one I would trade to a buddy or sell to a buddy and have him sell it. I picked up 4 last Friday from my FFL. I'm sweating that. Can't imagine picking up 45 at once. Well, the big difference is when you're doing a pawn redemption, it doesn't matter because they were already my guns. The state doesn't give a shit. There's actually a check mark they do on background checks when you're redeeming pawns or consignment guns. That won't bother them. I have one time in one day back when I was like going crazy with guns for the channel. I think I bought 18 guns in one day from 4 different locations across the state. That could have potentially been an issue, but nothing ever came of that. Hey, Shaika. So you still going to sell some of your guns? Yeah, but I really got to go through them all, Michael. The reason I was selling guns was to get more of my guns out, but my family is helping me get the loans I need in order to pay off everything. So what I'm going to do is consolidate everything. So right now I'm paying X amount on my credit cards, X amount on my cars, X amounts on the guns, X amounts on this, X amounts on that. I'm going to consolidate 95% of that down to one payment a month, which is all I've been wanting to do anyways. But I had bankruptcies due to medical issues, and my credit's been fucked up for 10 years. Most recently, 2021 was I had to file again because 2017 I tried to kill myself, and I wound up with a $3 million bankruptcy debt from medical that I could never pay off. So I wound up getting that taken care of in the bankruptcy. But when you fuck up your credit and you're not allowed to work for 4 years, it fucks you up. Have I shot the Ruger yet? The 1022, no. I have to go and talk to a couple of different places tomorrow. Number one, I have my cardiology and my colonoscopy preps tomorrow, which is dangerous because they both begin with the C. But after that, I'm going to take Rocky to a couple of dog sitting places. Most of them are like $25 to $50 for the day. So I may be leaving them with somebody on Tuesdays just so I can go to the range for a few hours. Do you own any guns that you have not shot? Personally have not shot? Yes, I have not shot that Para-Ordnance ECW yet. I have not shot that Firestar. I have not shot that Hammerly. Those 3 on the wall alone I have not shot. I haven't fired that 1022 since I put it in the chassis, but I fired it when it was in the old chassis. And I think I have 2 guns I'm picking up from pawn that I never fired. But in general, I shoot all my guns, eventually. Or I sell them before I do. Sell those. No, that's not the reason I haven't shot them, Daniel. The reason I haven't shot them is usually a personal reason. A lot of times, like, the Para-Ordnance, I bought it. Even if I don't shoot it, I bought it because it's a Para-Ordnance. I'm a Para-Ordnance fan. The Firestar, I got it for such a low price that selling it wouldn't benefit me. Getting $300 for a gun that I can't replace doesn't make sense, and that Hammerly was $200. And the Heat Seeker, that was a gift from Sharps. So it falls into I can't sell them because there's reasons. It's not that simple when it's kind of tied into your business. And I appreciate your Zen philosophy towards getting rid of stuff. But I spent my life working towards having the things I have. If I'm going to get rid of them, there has to be either all or nothing. Up until today, my original plan was I was actually planning on literally selling every gun to a couple of stores and fucking stopping YouTube and just moving down south somewhere. Jays or Dodgers? I don't follow professional football anymore. So many people want too much money for their shitty cars. What I mean by consolidating debt was I'm taking out personal loan to cover all of my debt, and then I'm just going to have one loan payment. So what you're thinking about is debt consolidation, probably through like a company that will help you arrange payments to consolidate it down. You'll pay them one payment, and then they disperse that payment. That's different from what I'm doing. All I'm doing is I'm taking a personal loan line of credit in order to get all the cash I need to pay off as much stuff as I can so that I bring myself down to 1 or 2 payments a month. Used cars are expensive these days. Not as expensive as they were a year ago, my man. What's your thoughts on 338 ARC? I have not messed with 338 ARC. I've only shot 338 Lapua a couple times because it's so expensive and I don't own any guns chambered in it, and I've never gotten my hands on ARC. Where down south would you go? Texas, probably. Where are you looking? The only place I find real prices on stuff is Facebook Marketplace. The other private sales and dealership prices can be quite bad from my experience, at least. Facebook Marketplace is where I usually start, but, like that F-150 that I was thinking about, the two-wheel drive FX2, that's super clean looking, that's a dealer. If I decide to go that route, there's always dealer fees, which I fucking hate. It's one of the biggest problems I have with dealers, and I used to sell cars for a living. I can't fucking stand dealer fees. Oh, well, it's $1,000 this fee, $1,000 freight and prep. Why don't you fucking put that in the price? Oh, because it's something we can change at our discretion. I mean, it's a fixed fee that we discuss when we buy the car. So I always message these fucks. I've been banned multiple times because I'm like, oh, I see you're a dealer. What are the additional fees? And then they just block me. I'm like, why don't you just be up front, you losers? The way we're sitting, though, the way it's really looking is I'll probably pay off the Ram and then decide on keeping the Charger. I'd buy that thing just to rip it apart. How's it going? Yeah, it's okay, Brookside. Thank you for asking. We're dealing with the Google shadow ban of all two-way lives right now. It's not just me, it's everybody that does lives. I've been seeing that demonstrably. I've been checking out a lot of other people's live streams. And people that were getting the same or more views than me are getting, if you check out like Chance and go check out his channel, he's getting like a few hundred views, and that's bullshit. YouTube is really cracking down on being a bunch of dicks when it comes to 2A community. But they're a private entity. If they decide to just kick us off the platform completely, they're going to do it. So, as much as I'd like to wail and rail, I can't. Bro is chewing the shit out of that bone. I bought a 4-pack, so that's good. Is the shop still open? I'm available for private sale, special orders, things like that, but I'm not carrying inventory right now. YouTube is always on some BS. Carson got hit hard. The problem with Carson or Chanson, however you want to put him, because his channel is different named, is they hit him because he every 5 minutes was talking about his sponsors, and one of them is a firearms dealer. They are really cracking down on doing that. So like the video I did with an ad, literally I don't put it in the description. You can't put it in the description, otherwise YouTube just hates you. But because he got several different sponsors, including a sponsor that was a FFL, it caused some issues. Now, Daria Arms signed on, but Daria Arms, I can run their ads, and it's not a promotion because they don't sell directly to the public. They are just talking about their firearms, so big difference. Yeah, we don't talk about our sales online, Will. Yeah, if you guys come along, do me a favor. Let's fuck with YouTube. Fuck with them back. Hit the like, leave a comment, subscribe. Consider becoming a member. If we do memberships, then we'll do giveaways. I'm really not focusing on doing the giveaways. I don't think giveaways should be done just to promote gaining subscribers. I think that's some bullshit. But yeah, like I was thinking about giving away raffling off $1,000 PEC box. This is an IR laser Holosun PEC box. They go for $1,000. I was thinking about raffling that off for like 10 or 20 bucks a ticket, things like that. Of course, you would wind up looking at something that's a fucking black on black. It's got the Kodiak brown interior though. Handicap plates. I might have to go look at that one. Let's leave that one up there. It's got good mileage. Sorry, I'm marking a few things that I'm looking at. If you had any experience with the SIG 227, if so, what are your thoughts? The whole 2.2 lineup is excellent across the board. The 227 I had was in 45 ACP. Shot great. Sold it to a good friend of mine. I like them. Honestly, though, when I get something other than a 226 Legion X whatever, it doesn't do much to my brain because I sold CW my 229. Completely forgot who I sold the gun to. Way cool. What's the purpose of an IR laser? IR lasers are for if you're using night vision and you don't want to alert, say, if you're hog hunting, people hunting. IR lasers allow you to use night vision to track your target. Why are you on the floor? You've got your bed right there, dude. Sit and go on your bed. Go on your bed over there. Is it the air? Is it the air above you? Hold on. Is the air coming down on you? It is here. There you go, buddy. It's no longer blowing on you. Sorry, I didn't think about that. You're good now. You're good. Go ahead and try it now. Go ahead. Does that feel better? Come here. Come here, buddy. Come here. Hey, buddy. How you doing, huh? You enjoying your tutorial? Why is your face down like that? Are you okay? Yeah, I'm projecting a lot of my emotional state onto my dog lately. So, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here, forward. Come here. So for those of you that don't know Rocky, which is hard to believe since he has his own YouTube channel, this is my boy Rocky. He's a good boy. You guys ever worry about bone worms? They are worms that I imagine, and they tunnel in your bones and eat them, they're hollow and just start breaking. No, I've never... Make sure he isn't standing in poop. Good boy. Who's my good boy? Rocky's the best boy. He's a very tolerant boy. He puts up with all my shit. You good, buddy? Yeah? Good boy. All right, here you go. Get down. Just relax for another 48 minutes, and then we'll go out, okay? I took him out before the live, so it's not like he has to go bathroom. He just likes being near me when he knows I'm not feeling good. He's a good boy, though. Good boy. I shut off the vent, so you can lay down now. You're good. You're good, buddy. Go ahead. Go lay down. Go sit. Here, take a milk bone. There you go. He's such a gentle soul. Dude, I closed the vent. It's not blowing on you anymore. Aw. Dude, it breaks my heart when he lays down on the floor. I'm not a big fanboy, but I do have a 226 Legion, 229 West German, the 227 just seem interesting. It's a fun gun, Chaos, because it's very much a 226, 227, 228, 229. They're all in a similar vein. It's just the size difference. Hello, how are you? I'm okay, Jonathan. How are you? Oh, if you're ever looking at F-150s, you instantly want to tell what engine they have. All you have to do is look at the front plate placement if you're in a state that has front plates. If it's in the center, it's a 5.0. If it's off to the side, it's a turbo 6. They found that out the hard way. When they used to leave the plate in the center for the 3.5 turbos, it was overheating them. There you go, boy. Eat that shiz. I could get a project car that's hopelessly and forever broken. Oh, favorite on wall tonight. No real change, man. The Gerson and the T-Sauce are my favorite on the walls. Favorite red dot on the wall. Probably the Hollow Sun EPS full size on the RXM. I wish there was a place we could go to be happy. There is. It's called sleep. If you're not happy in your sleep, you're doing something to yourself, kids. Sleep is the place where your mind and body regenerate themselves. If you're having constant nightmares and fears and things like that, you've got other shit going on in your life. Does that make sense? Good. It was supposed to. Ooh. All cars have passed inspection. Fucking goddamn. Explorer Sport would be kind of cool. Explorer Sport is an SHO SUV. I go to church to be happy. That's a good place to go. It's a bit off topic, but haven't y'all heard of the dead internet theory? I'm really starting to believe that shit more and more every day. What do you mean that there's a dead part to the internet? All information that's dead is still stored on the internet somewhere? Or what's up? What's up? What's up? Oh, man. That's not a bad price. Some days I click away because what you're trying to show me is shit. Yes. Yeah, here's a 13 EcoBoost, and it has got the old plates set up, so that's going to explode. Yeah, here, let me show you what I mean. So, I don't know who this guy is, and I don't give a shit, but this is an EcoBoost truck. Don't care. You can tell because it's got the EcoBoost logo on it. He has also got Raptor wheels on it, which is kind of nice. But they put the plate holder in the front, where you can see the plate holder is supposed to be right there. You see how it's offset? The mount for the plate is different from there. So they went and they blocked the front of the intercooler on the turbo. Oh no, me bullet. Good. Today's my birthday. Good, dude. I only get 3 to 4 hours a night. Anxiety kills me. So I sleep on average maybe 3 hours a day. Have you shot the T-Sauce? That takes 226 mags. If so, how did it run? I'm thinking about getting it for my sister. If you're talking about the PX9, yes, I own the PX9 Duty Comp. It's actually a really solid gun. Here in Northern Virginia, where I live, prices on cars have dropped drastically. I will say that much at least. Good evening, Don. What's up? I sleep about 8 hours. It's nice. You got kids. You don't sleep 8 hours, you liar. Such a liar. Hey, Stone, when somebody makes that kind of statement, go ahead and just report them as well. It's not even worth dealing with stupid fucks. Hey, Omega, what's going on, Omega Bronze Man? Did you hit my like button as you came in yet? Because if not, I don't want to talk to you. Just kidding. What's up? Sorry, I'm multitasking tonight. YouTube's algorithm is so screwed right now that it's hard to do anything, so I'm trying to multitask tonight. I'm running the YouTube live streams just to keep my name out there. Yeah. 18 people watching. Oh, yeah, we are doing great. What if I start doing regular lives too? Will you guys come in and join them if I'm using like regular camera and shit for turn that, make it actual camera? Do some maybe VR streaming while I'm doing it, playing some games. You report it as terrorism. Me too. Hate speech is what I reported it as. Yeah, don't come in here making fucking stupid jokes thinking that you guys are going to be able to get away with that shit. There is a limit to what I'm willing to put up with. And making jokes about wanting to shoot up a synagogue, go fuck yourselves. Perfect condition, clean title, handle, brings you mechanic, you like, pass inspection, pass emissions, needs new owner, 4x4, turns on control from the house. Send me a message, I want to sell it these days to pay insurance, and next month for it we can come meet an agreement to change. We have more cash. Dude, that's a beautiful truck. Ah, it's a fucking EcoBoost though. Yeah, I'm not buying an EcoBoost. Oh, this isn't Twitch, son. There's 20 people watching. If you're trying to be funny, holy shit, are you fucking hopeless. It's not like when I was routinely getting 10, 150, 200, 300 people watching me. I could be like that dude that puts the poop toilet over his fucking head. I don't get why you fuckers watch people like that. That's just the lowest form of fucking comedy. You might as well watch Jack Black. Can't believe this motherfucker just said that. I said what I said. Get on fucking board with me or get the fuck out. You guys want honesty? There's honesty for you. When you watch stupid shit like that and you promote stupid shit like that, that's why the internet is getting dumber. Do you prefer all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive? Don't have a preference. All-wheel drive for cars, four-wheel drive for trucks. That's about the way it goes. What's the channel about? I'm a gun reviewer, but I also talk about whatever I feel like. Video games, comic books, cars. Tonight we've been discussing vehicles because I'm thinking about getting rid of both of my vehicles, keeping one of my vehicles, selling one of my vehicles while keeping one of my vehicles, completely getting rid of both of my vehicles and getting a completely different vehicle. I've had them for almost 4 months, so they need to go. Well, technically, I don't even have plates on the Charger yet. I've had that for a month. How many 2011s do you have? 5? 4? 4. I sold one. So I don't actually have that many. You know, I could go absolutely restart it and go down to Japanese Classics LLC and buy a right-hand drive Toyota fucking Hilux. Let's see what they got. Dude, I can get a Toyota Altezza, which is an IS300 with a manual transmission for 19. I can get a Porsche Boxster. Let's see. I can get a 93 Skyline GTR, only 62 grand. When are you guys going to start donating more money? Yeah, those are a little too expensive. Never mind. How many? Let's see. It's not about selling guns, Daniel. Familiar with the Ruger SR22? My channel has never been about selling guns, brother. Talking about it and actually doing it are two separate things. I don't promote my FFL in my channel. What's going on? How have you been? We've been all right, dude. Bass by the pound. Long time no talk. What is up with you, good sir? Are you doing well? How's your day? Are you okay, sir? Why does this look so fucky? Dude, that is disgusting. What did you do to that thing? Who the hell puts chrome trim on the top of a front bumper on a Mustang coupe? You are stupid. It's not even a bullet. Jesus Christ. My wife's favorite. 93 hours at work last 3 weeks. 3 weeks and you're only at 93 hours? I think you're off a little bit. A real work week should be 120. No, I'm just kidding, dude. Work is work, brother. Congratulations. I'm happy for you, and also I feel for you, bud. I remember when I used to sell cars, man. I was there 6 days a week from open to close, so I used to work 50 hours a week, 60 hours a week, so I don't miss the grind, dude. I do not miss the grind. I can tell you that for a fact. Really? The mysterious click. That one looks kind of cool. We'll trade, but for a Porsche only. Get fucked. Not to sound racist, but Mexicans love the chrome around my area. Well, this is over in Alexandria, so that's a very Hmong Mexican Asian groups. No, maybe selling. No, I talk about it, but I've never actively. And I get where you're coming from, Daniel. It sounds like I have, but I've never actively tried to sell a gun on this channel. I build booths for conventions. I build SHOT Show every year. Fuck, I'm gonna go out there and help you. Then I'll get in for free. Or I'm already a internet guy, so I get in for free. Why are the only Mustangs available for sale fucking convertibles, man? And then some douchebag is putting up a 2025 296 Ferrari for $4.25. $425,000 on fucking Facebook. Are you kidding me? No rich motherfucker buys a fucking $400,000 car off Facebook. I did. No, you didn't. Shut up. I normally work 350 hours a week. Me too. 7 times more than that on days that end in Y. Best accuracy of any pistol you've ever shot. Well, Bart, it was actually a CZ Tactical Sport Orange. I wish I never sold it. Speaking of Alexandria, how's Wrenches doing? When's the last time any talked to him? A few weeks ago, he popped into a live. I haven't spoken to him in a long time. It's funny, I know his wife. He's actually not from Alexandria. No self-respecting man drives a Mustang. Well, then I guess I don't respect myself. Ever see the young boy? His dad had old cars parked out back. He got them running. They banned him, moved the car child in danger. Yes. I can't remember the name of his channel. That's stupid. Am I looking for another car? Yes and no. So I've figured out part of my personal issues in order to consolidate my debt and get a lot of stuff down. And the debate is, do I sell the Ram and the Charger and get one vehicle that I really want? Or do I pay off the Ram, sell the Charger, possibly take a loss on the Charger? Or do I pay off the Ram, keep the Charger, keep making the payments on the Charger? The Checkmate. The Checkmate is an amazing gun. I've never fired the Checkmate personally. Because the Checkmate is actually based on the same frame as the TSO, which are both based on the Tanfoglio. Well, not, you know what I mean. They're more like the Tanfoglio Stock 2's grip, whereas the TS2 has a Shadow 2 grip. And people don't understand me when I speak in stupid, which throws me off my game. Borrowed a buddy's T-Sauce 1911 tankers, had 1.5 inch groupings at 15 yards. Dude, they're nice guns. I just hate the sights on the tankers. Shot 2 of FV ordinances that are amazing. Really? Sell the Ram and put the money towards the Charger. No, see, the Ram is the one that if I sell any of them, I'm keeping the Ram more than I'd keep the Charger. There's a lot of play in the Glock 30 small frame normal. Every Glock has a lot of play. There's no such thing as a tight Glock. So, yes. Glocks are shit. The only way they run is by having loose tolerances. So they're all going to rattle. Doesn't matter what version of it you have. Sorry. Sorry to burst your bubble, buddy. Glocks are not good guns. There's a very, very, very big reason why they're discontinuing all their guns. Because their guns are so shitty that they're easy to turn into automatics. What about that one guy that showed up back in the day I'd always ask about? It's been so long I forgot his YouTube name. He had his finger amputated the last time he showed up to talk. Man. I'm trying to remember his name. It wasn't A-Hole. It was a few people that I've lost track and touch with. They've come and go. Some people some people are fair weather friends. Some people have just drifted off and done other things. I know that he was dealing with a lot of physical shit, and it's probably just kept him off the internet, unfortunately. And I wish him nothing but the best. They're the most carried pistol in history. They are not the most carried pistol in history. There's less than 25 million in existence. Why don't you check your history? The CZ75 is carried more. Were more Browning high powers issued to military service than any other handgun. 1911s, when the full military force was carrying them, at one point there was over 600,000 in service. So if you want to just keep quoting shit that you think you read somewhere, you're going to be wrong and you're going to be gone. We can have discourse if you like, and we can agree to disagree, but when you just say stupid shit like that, it's not going to fly, son. In the 80s and before, it doesn't fucking matter. You're the one that fucking said in history. And no, not in the 80s and before. Australia just got rid of the fucking CZ75 and high powers. Apparently I'm talking to the wall because you're a fucking turd. Shill up, we made it there where you wanted. Yeah, some people do that. What scope is that? That is an Amazon Special UUG multi-rail system optic. And now Douche Nozzle will come in with an alt account and try to flame and shit because he has nothing going on in his life other than being an 11-year-old douche. Come on, douche. Come in with your alt account. We'll just ban that one too. I'm literally looking at cars and banning dipshits like you, so I'm having time of my day.
Why do you acknowledge them? Just leave them alone. They'll go away.
No, unfortunately, the internet is full of stupid. So to sit and hope that it goes away, that's not going to happen. Kind of looks like a Maglite flashlight. It's kind of a big flat thing, yes, Brooke. Is it a hobby? No, if you check out my channel, I'm an actual gun reviewer. It was never started as a hobby. It just turned into a an enthusiasm for the vehicles. I will admit that. This one with the exhaust, right? I don't want an EcoBoost. 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 The band hammer's in full swing. Am I excited for the upcoming Glock V? You mean the Canic clones? Sure. At last. I don't count my guns, brother. I have guns, it's all I know. Never been a car guy. If it runs and I can put tools in it, it's fine with me. Some people are that way. My buddy Daniel's the exact same way. I found him a really nice SHO, but he's not a mechanical guy. He likes what he likes. Oh, they have a Canic redesign. So what they're doing when I'm implying that is we haven't seen the official gun yet, like hands-on with the gun, but they're going to have to go to the Canic style slide system in order to pass the new regulations, which requires the elimination of the backplate. The backplate being removable on the Glock style pistol is what is enabling it to be converted to full auto. So what they're going to do is what Canic does, where it's a solid backplate, the slide no longer comes fully off the front. When you unlock the slide, it will come forward about 1/4 of an inch, and then you'll lift the slide off the rails, and that eliminates the backplate, which will be the simplest way to remove the problem. But again, that would be because they're copying Walther and Canic. So in a wildly funny coincidental move, if they use that model, then they're copying Glock or Walther. 3rd gen SHO, had a 2012, love that car. Yeah, his is a 15. Found it for him during COVID, got him actually a really good price on it. His chassis system would be cool. I mean, yeah, definitely. The 22s make more sense for an FRT, accuracy by volume, damage by volume, and it's cheaper. Way cheaper. Cheaper to run, yes. Yeah, looks like I'm just going to stick with the Ram. I do need a front bumper, though. God damn it. Let me find one. My dreams have come true. No. 'Tis not what I picked. You will show me what I picked, or I will kill you. No Parkinson's, thank you very much. $300, that's not bad. Oh, I don't want new. I don't want new, I want painted. Motherfucker. Buy any Halloween candy? Nope, because I'll just eat it all. Hello. Full auto Glocks are very unsafe to shoot, not controllable. Agreed. Are you not liking the Charger? It's not about not liking the Charger. It's thinking of... My contemplation towards eliminating debt would be to eliminate debt. By eliminating both car payments, it would free up a lot more money. Taking 3 generations of V-Series to introduce an optics cut is my prediction, even though every polymer gun since. Yeah, that's the other thing. The first releases of the gun are not going to be optics cut. They should design the new Glocks in a way that if you're trying to put a switch on it, would essentially break and damage the gun. The problem is a switch is nothing but a piece of metal that can be engaged to bypass the disconnector. So literally you'd be breaking the gun every time you take it apart because it's a simple blockage of the disconnector. You bought a 1911 R1, it shoots fine. Nice. Beep boop up, beep boop.
Johnny 5 is alive!
I watched a bunch of videos on the FRT. Looks like fun to shoot. Yeah, dude, just get extended mags. Think about getting a T-sauce once I get a few things paid off. Understood. If you get a sweet twist, don't forget I bought you that chocolate. If I get a sweet tooth, don't forget I bought... Oh, it's right there, buddy, and we're not eating it. Nobody wants to pay for me to do stupid shit. When people don't want to pay me to do stupid shit, I don't do stupid shit. I am not a masochist. I am poor. Big difference. What would I use for a zombie apocalypse? A shotgun, 12 gauge, either my Benelli or my Mossberg 930. Semi-autos, I can run slug, buckshot, birdshot. Depends on what I want to do. Maybe I just want to kneecap the zombie and keep it around so it'll dissuade other zombies from coming around, you know? Kind of like Michonne did early on where she cut the arms and the lower jaws off her zombies. Things like that. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. My dreams have come true. I don't know why I keep trying to sing that song. I don't even know the words. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts, diddly-dee. There they are, standing in a row. Big ones, small ones, some as big as your head. What is this nutsack singing? Even he doesn't know. That's funny. Not really. It's a little sad. No, it's still funny. I can freely do from the internet at any time. I can just start rambling and ranting and rambling and ranting and rambling and ranting and rambling and ranting and rambling and ranting. Does anybody have a Chevy SS they just want to let go really cheap? I'm willing to buy one really cheap if somebody wants to let one go really cheap. Having a rough day. Thanks for the hangout. CW, I'm sorry you're having a rough day. Trust me, my day is not much better. I have to sit and contemplate what to do with life. And I hope your day gets better. I'm not comparing our days. That is a bullshit thing to do. I know a lot of people that will sit and take their pain and multiply it and tell you their pain is worth. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that. I'm backing off of that sentence right now. Hey, Rocky, can you bite me in my left nut just to make me feel bad? Thank you. That's how karaoke was inventing singing songs in a crowd, hoping the same group knows what you're singing. Whoa. What's your opinion on California forcing all new Glocks there to be single stacks? I think that's freaking hilarious, and I don't give a shit about California because I don't talk about places outside of the United States. Really need an alternative to YouTube. It takes one non-asshole company. YouTube is done. Twitch is already dying because of that. I'm so sick of this censorship from big tech. You also got to remember, Twitch is owned by Amazon. So it's another public-facing company. The only companies that are allowing like full non-censored shit are companies that are getting in a lot of trouble. Kick, for example, is having to get rid of people because their policy of non-censorship and full showing of everything leads to morons like Johnny Somali and Jack Doherty and all these dipshits that are out there doing stupid, retarded shit. And I use that word in the actual meaning of the word retarded. They are retarded. They are socially, developmentally, and maturity retarded. They have not the ability to handle themselves and should not be on the internet. Yet these dipshits are making 6 figures a month because other dipshits like watching them. I can't believe it's nuts and honey. Oh, there's no honey involved, dude. Finally, someone says it. Thank you. So... And it's hard to argue with the results, and that's the problem. You go on YouTube, right? Johnny Somali, he's been in South Korea, in prison, locked up, or house arrest, facing 30-plus years in jail, does all this stuff. Vitaly, who's in Thai jail. All these dipshit motherfuckers that were getting tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of views from people watching them because they didn't watch these people hoping that they were going to have great days. They were watching Johnny Somali be a train wreck. So these motherfuckers that wouldn't fucking piss on a dude to put him out if he was on fire sit here on the internet and watch this shit happening rather than being proactive in their lives.
I'm sorry, YouTube has ended your life for being too woke.
It's not fucking woke. Woke is bullshit too. Here's an idea. Just don't be a prick. Live life to the fullest. Stop being a fucking prick. And with a little luck now, your dog will. Anyways.
P-U-M-P-R Ram bumper. I need a bumper for my Ram. Have you got a bumper? I need a bumper.
Some dog made me run into the back of a truck, so I have to replace it.
I need a bumper, sir. Says, no, it's the wrong kind. It's heavy duty. Dolby needs a 3rd gen.
Pick and choose censorship because you can talk about guns without getting shadow banned, but folks like Jack Doherty are still on the platform. He's not on Kick or YouTube. A lot of guns, bros, definitely American. Nope, Korean. Did you ever get the guns out of the gun shop? Going tomorrow. Everyone needs more guns, but it starts by buying one. Yep, I like the gun at the top. Thank you. You're American. Nope. Here in India, getting licensed sucks. They need to bring back bullying and stop people from doing a lot of dumb stuff. We need a village to raise an idiot situation. We need a lot more people that are willing to step up and smack the fuck out of these youngins that are being stupid. If you don't own a gun, go get one. Exercise your rights. It's a big, dangerous world. If you don't have a dog, go out there and get one. The only creature on earth that will love you unconditionally. Dogs are one of the only animals that will love you more than they love themselves. Are you okay, buddy? Oh, he's sighing because he wants me to stop talking. Nice accent.
Right, thank you. It's not bedtime. Dolby is woke. Dolby needs a supercharger. Sorry, I need a one-piece front bumper cover. Oh, that's a beautiful one. I'm not paying for that though. Everybody's selling an aftermarket one. We don't want one of those. That is not off a 13 RAM, is it? Oh, it is. It is. Hey, look at that. It's off a 2013.
I'm not paying $500 for a new front bumper cover. Are you fucking kidding me? To quote my great-great-great-great-great-great-grandmother, get bent, mother father. Lamau, when you going to the range? Not till next week. I have both colonoscopy prep and cardiology prep tomorrow. What are your thoughts on pencils other than for arts and crafts? Do we actually need them? I got my very first management position by selling a pencil. Yes, pencils are very prevalent in the world, especially if you do anything that has to do with inventory management that requires analog marking of inventory. What happens when you make a mistake? You either start all over with your pen or you get a fucking pencil. How much ammo do you have? Not as much as I'd like. I keep like 500 to 1,000 rounds per caliber. By the way, it's good getting that license sucks here as many idiotic people can use it wrongly, you know what I mean? Short-tempered peeps. It just pissed me off, the selective censor face you get censored for talking about gun, but I get what you mean about censor. Yep. Why you gotta pick a part near you? I've gotten steals from my buddy's old Durango for like $25. Unfortunately, we don't. We have one that I can go through and pick stuff, but they charge you, and then you got to go in, and it's not like if you can carry it 400 feet, then you get it for 12 cents. That would be cool, but we don't have one of those around me. Closest one is an hour away. I'm not driving an hour and away in the hopes that they have what I need. You know what I'm saying? Hush, hush. I'm gonna be like all the idiots you motherfuckers watch. Hush, 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 hush. I could be a mumble rapper. That was an entire verse. I just realized I can do that. My dog's looking at me like he thinks I need a medical intervention. He's not wrong. That is not a rear bumper cover, douchebag. Oh, it's off a car. That's a good amount of ammo. Yeah, they're making my kids write everything in cursive in school, which I think is stupid because when they get older and have to do projects in line, you can't type in cursive. Actually, you can. There is a setting for that. If you check online, you can see their stock of your generation of Ram, the parts where we got for the Durango. We're back in Nevada, though. I don't know how different things are up here in Oregon. Bro, I got hands on an MP5 once. I'm too lucky. Not everyone gets to see a range officer. Gave me that chance, taught me how to operate, and gave me 50 rounds 9mm. I guess 30 times 2 mags over one was half empty. Just a lot of times people will use one box. What's a gun you're looking forward to in 2026? There isn't one. I take it day by day. I really haven't been too much into guns. When I go to SHOT Show next year, I'm sure I'm going to run into these motherfuckers that stop answering my calls and emails and shit. I have a very much fuck you attitude towards companies that want to basically just stop talking back to me without explaining what the fuck is going on. So if you can't have the fucking common decency to answer back to people, even a form email saying, hey man, sorry, we're super busy, you can't talk right now, I'll get back to you. Fuck you. I don't want to deal with you. It's not my job to reach out to $1 billion company after you've asked me to do things for you. It's not my job. So I've got people's cell phone numbers. I've sent them texts. I've sent emails. I've tried to call. When somebody answers a phone, whatever happens, happens. If they've moved on from their job, things like that happens. Whatever happens, happens. But it doesn't change my thoughts, my feelings, my opinions on these companies. So if somebody calls me, and every one of you motherfuckers that has my number will tell you, I do get back to you. Whether or not I pick up right away, I've had my phone on Do Not Disturb for the last month because I just don't want to deal with anybody, but I always answer as soon as I see a text. Really no need for guns if you think about it other than the military. You're thinking about guns completely wrong, so there's nothing I can say to you that's going to change your mind if that's how you strongly believe. So there's no point to it, so you can just continue scrolling because I've explained many times how you're wrong. Really no need. Thoughts on CMMG? CMMG I like. They're very expensive, man. Rocky doesn't like peanut butter. Then you hate applying to jobs, and man, that's all it is now. They don't even want to spend the time to automate sending a rejection letter. They just go to you. I agree. Oh no, I won't work for anybody that doesn't do in-person. Like, I worked in the car business for so long. If I go back into a paycheck job where I have to work for somebody, I'm going back into the car business, and I know 6 or 7 different general managers that I used to work with that I can literally just go and say, hey man, I need a job, and they'll be like, cool, come in Monday. Because I can sell fucking rubbers to a nun if I have to. I pocket dialed you a couple weeks ago and you called me right back. See, if I see it come through and I recognize the number, I'll always answer. Or are you in some sort of force, army, paramilitary? No. What gives you that idea? Car salesman, all you need to know. Pretty much, Adam. It means I'm smarter than you, funnier than you, better adaptable than you, and I have more money than you. So let me eliminate the 3 things that are the biggest problem in this sentence. Holy America. That's 3 different things, but yes. Sorry, my hand had a mind of its own. Yeah. Because let me put this to you. I don't want to even say what I was about to say, because what I was about to say makes me sound like such a narcissistic fucking prick. I'd be like Mark Cuban. I'm not going to say what I was about to say, sorry. Do you own any CMMG? Not anymore. I had 2 different Banshees back in the day. They're really nice rifles. They're really nice guns, but I don't shoot long guns much. If CMMG came out with the 1911, I'd probably love them. I don't think I could be a car salesman. I don't like talking to people that much. A lot of people say that, Stone, and you have to approach it differently than just having to talk to people that much. You don't have to know anything about cars to sell cars. You have to be able to understand people, discern what they're actually saying, and react to them in a certain way. So if your personality isn't sociable, yes, you might have an issue selling cars, but you don't have to know cars. But the very fact of the matter is, I sold cars with hate and malice. And what I mean by that is, you may be a cool couple, you come in, we make the deal, we're doing great, we're having a good time. That's awesome. I like those kind of sales. Those sales are the easiest. But my favorite sales were always with know-it-all fucking pricks that think they had me by the short hairs when they were negotiating, coming in and telling me, oh, I've seen the Monroney sticker. Yeah, it's in the fucking window. I know what your invoice is. No, you don't. We are not required by law to show you a real invoice. All these fucking dealer invoices you think you can find online are not real. All you're seeing is the dealer cost of the vehicle. You're not seeing all the fucking holdback, advertising, fuel, maintenance fees, protection fees. There is usually $3,000 to $5,000 per vehicle that's baked into an invoice that you, the buying public, don't have access to. So my favorite thing was always when some nutsack came in saying, "I've seen it. This is what I'm willing to pay, and I know you'll still make $1,000." I'll fucking be like, "Oh my God, you're so smart, sir. You figured that out, and you're awesome. And I'm still gonna make 10 grand on the fucking car because I'm gonna force you into financing too." Be like, "No problem. Do you want to use our financing or yours? I got my own bank. I'll pay cash." Sir, you can get 0.9% financing. Why would you waste your own money? 0.9% financing. If you go into a low risk, high yield savings account with American Express at 4% over 18 months, and you use that same 18 months at 0.9% financing on this vehicle, you will make 3.1% profit on your money, where cars are a depreciating asset. You don't want to pay cash for a depreciating asset unless you're planning on this being your last car. Are you dying, sir? No? Okay, cool. Here are your options. There are 4 payment options here. Why don't you select the one you like the best, and we'll take care of it. Sign here. Thank you. That's how you hate sell cars. Purchase a 14.5 CMMG Resolute 556 has been a great experience. Very pricey though. Isn't everything in the gun world? It's buy once, cry once, dude. CMMG is buy once, cry once. You buy a CMMG, you're not changing triggers, safeties, bolts, bolt carrier groups, charging handles. You're buying that CMMG, it's ready to go. So if you spend $1,000 on a Stag Arms 14.5 and then you put $600-700 into it in parts, it's number one, it's no longer a Stag Arms, it's a custom build, and it's now more expensive than that CMMG. So I agree with you. Booty, you have a good night. It pisses me off. I did auto tech throughout all high school. I know the teacher personally. She helped me get my OSHA 10, and I can't seem to get in the auto industry at all. Super frustrating. It's going to be a fucky thing to suggest to you, redneck, but find a used car dealership to start with. Don't go to a new car dealership. Go to a used car dealership, especially one that's a little bit smaller, take a little bit less money, become their mechanic, become their number one mechanic, and trust me, once you spend a couple of years, also get a fucking haircut, but we'll spend a couple of years as a good mechanic for a used car dealership. Number one, you'll probably wind up making more money that way, even if you don't get benefits. But after you do that for a little while, you can walk into any dealership. You're just young. I usually try to pay cash for vehicles because I hate making monthly payments. And that is fine if that's what you want to do, Stone. I never tell anybody not to spend money on shit if they want to. If you want to pay cash, I'm not going to stop you. I will offer you the alternatives as to why it's not the smartest idea. And again, making payments is fine, but if you can save $2,500 for making 3 payments and then paying it off, why wouldn't you do that? So we used to offer that at the dealership. So banks, for those of you that aren't into financing, this is pre-COVID. So I don't know how much has changed since COVID, but pre-COVID, every dealership was holding 2 to 3 points on interest. So if they told you qualified for 11% interest, you actually qualified for 8. And what they were doing was they were holding that extra 3% as extra money. 3% on a $60,000 vehicle is another $1,800 in profit for the dealership. So what would happen is a lot of times if you finance through Ford Motor Credit at 5% for 90 days, the dealership would get a $1,000 bonus because they got Ford Motor Credit. A lot of times people will see the, oh, you just need to do it for 90 days, and then they'll sign up, and then they just won't refinance the car, or they don't think about it, and they go past the 90 days, they're like, fuck it, whatever. And that's what they're preying on, is Ford Motor Credit wants you to sign up at their slightly higher interest while also forgetting to refinance your car. But if for those people that actually were smart, if you're paying 5% for 3 months and then you pay it off in cash, you will actually save a lot of money in the long run, because at $2,500 over 3 months, at $300, you're paying $100 and something in interest per month on that three whatever. You're going to wind up paying roughly in the neighborhood of a $700 on a $2,500 discount. Not a bad idea, because I applied to a ton of shops and shit, and even some specific brand dealerships. Always nothing. I'll definitely check out some of the used one. Thanks for the advice. Not a problem, dude. Even if it's a bigger used one that does kind of like a CarMax style thing, that'll work for you. Sorry, buddy, you were starting to twitch. It's a great way to get into the business, and honestly, you'll learn more as a mechanic. So, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with going to college to be a mechanic, but when you're actually knuckle deep inside a turbo diesel, you'll figure out ways to do things that are much better than the book. You'll become a better mechanic for working at a dealership that doesn't require you to do things by Chevy's book. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with doing it Chevy's way, but trust me, Chevy can make a 45-minute job take 13 hours. Sam, I've always preferred to pay cash. Used cars, it makes sense. New cars, if you have the credit, it makes no sense to throw away your money. Let your money make money. If you can get 0 to 0.9 to 1.9% financing, don't waste your money paying in cash. Literally, American Express, last time I looked, American Express is like 3.8% high yield savings if you invest your money like $5,000 to $10,000. So why wouldn't you make 3.8% on your interest for a high yield savings account and then spend 0.9% on your car? It makes more sense. How much can you talk down for a price of a vehicle while dealing with the dealership? That varies wildly. Number one, if they like you. But number two, it depends. New car dealerships, the markups, they're kind of baked into the cars. You're not going to get them below. I don't know. Again, this is pre-COVID stuff. But when I sold new cars, I almost never sold a car under MSRP. And if I did sell it under MSRP, you were getting an extended warranty, full financing, all that bullshit. I got you on the front or the back. When you go into a dealership is like a casino. The house has to win. No new car manufacturer dealer, no dealer is in business to lose money on a car. So don't go in thinking you're going to win. You're going to lose. The only thing that you can mitigate is how badly you lose. New cars, again, depending on current incentives and things, you're not saving as much as you used to. Used cars, the sky could be the fucking limit. I can tell you there were cars. I sold a 2003 F-150 Harley supercharged crew cab for 18 grand, and I paid $6. So, have you seen the Daria ZY9? Their PCC looks decent. I have not. They're sending me their DY9X, which is their Glock 43X clone, and they're sending me their TM22. I don't need to go to a dealership or program. I already know how to get my hands dirty. I'm trying to avoid the trade school, just be in the same position when I get out. Yeah, you could spend 3.5 years learning to do things by the book, and you might get in as an apprentice or an oil changer at a new car dealership. I'm telling you, man, it's just like in the gun world and anything else. Just fucking start low, take less money. Honestly, a mechanic at a used car dealership, unless it's like a mom and pop operation, you'll make almost the same money. You just might not make benefits. Now, like at the Ford dealership I was working at, if a mechanic did like an engine flush, things like that, they got little kickbacks and stuff. But in general, if you're just starting out, don't expect that shit. Unless you can build a Lamborghini V12 blindfolded, you're not anything special. Traded my wife's Ford Escape with a busted transmission to the Ford dealership and made money off of it. You think you did. The interesting thing, Stone, is I don't know what yours was, but Ford Motor Company has bulletins in place for cars, and then if a vehicle has a known history of problems with the component on the engine, transmission, driveline, things like that, they will issue a service bulletin to the dealerships. It's not a recall. You can't just, you have to be in the know about it. It's like with the Ford Focus. Ford Focuses 2012 to 2018 with the dual clutch transmission. If you bought one and that car has under 125,000 miles, that auto clutch is guaranteed for life. As long as it stays under 125,000 miles. So if you have like a 75,000 mile Ford Focus SE hatchback, for example, and it's got the dual clutch, but you've only got 20,000 miles on it, you don't drive it because the clutch is acting up, Ford has to replace that under their service bulletin, and Ford Motor Company will pay Ford dealerships to do the work. At this point, any income is better than none. I'm finding with taking less cash. I just need some work and something to do on top of the income. Yeah, so just check your local dealerships, man. If you're trying to get in as a dealership mechanic, check your local dealerships. Mechanics are always in demand at the local shops. Sam, you have a good night too. I'm about to log off. I think my dog needs to pee. So, hey, Rocky, you want to go outside? Rocky. Rocky! Come on, come here. You want to go? Dude, he did not answer. He was completely asleep. I thought he was dead. I just fucking panicked. You okay, buddy? You okay? You good? Dude, don't fucking scare me like that. Holy shit. Have a good night. I'll see you next time. All right, guys, I'm going to end this because my boy needs to sleep. It's part of the downside of him staying up all fucking day. But, dude, that panicked the shit out of me when I'm calling his name and he doesn't respond. Look at that. He has that nice big comfy cushion and he sleeps on the floor. You okay, buddy? Rocky? Rocky. 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 I ran out and asked him, have we already signed the paperwork because they didn't want to do the trade because the transmission was blown. Yep. Well, that's their own problem. When they make the mistake, you're good to go. All right, guys, if you need anything, give me a call. Hit the like button, do all that fun stuff. Love you guys. I got to take my dog out before he falls asleep again. So, talk to you guys later.